Hey, good afternoon. Good to see you here at Trinity for this week's Trinity announcements. One little thing to let you know, we're, should you say, rebranding this. It's no longer Trinity in 20 because we haven't gone for 20 minutes for 3 years. So we don't want anybody thinking that you got to commit 20 minutes to this. But it is Trinity's weekly video announcements of some things going on, some people that are doing some stuff. And today I have with me Mary Lasits, Deacon Mary Lasits, who on October 15th, just a couple of weeks from now, we're going to have a congregational meeting and a vote to formally bring Mary on board with us to work here at Trinity alongside us to be part of our ministry. She's going to be with us on Sundays, part of worship, preaching occasionally. You are going to preach on October 15th.
I am going to preach on October 15th.
Yeah, that's trial by fire.
It is trial by fire.
Yeah, no mucking around here. The real thing. We would want you to come and meet Mary personally because she's going to be here with us. You're going to have a lot of opportunity to meet Mary, but to interact with her because she's going to be part of the staff, part of our Sunday group, part of our work here and helping us to do our work. That is part of what you are. There's a famous, and I'm sure you're a famous statement from Pope John the 23rd. Pope John the 23rd used to say that he is a servant to the servants of the servants of Christ. And the idea is that all of us, by our baptism, are servants of Christ. And in traditional understanding, deacons were the first line of those who helped people do their ministry.
Correct.
Right?
Yep. It's in the New Testament. There's lots of stories, especially of women out in the world serving those in need. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first story of deacons was the apostles needed help to feed people.
Correct.
They needed extra hands to help do the work that Jesus gave them to do.
Exactly.
And we're hoping that you help us do that work and equip more people.
Correct. And that's really in the ELCA too, what we're asked to do as deacons is tie the needs of the world to the church and vice versa. And we can do that both inside a congregation and outside a congregation. So I've done both. I've worked in congregations doing this work, and I've worked at Lutheran organizations doing it on the other side, going into churches, sharing the needs. So hopefully, God willing, I will be able to encourage all of our community to get out into the world and serve. Yes.
Right. And there is, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but in that window,
I did.
Is the first, we have an image of one of the very first deacons in the Christian church is St. Stephen.
Correct.
St. Stephen, as you know, was actually the first martyr of the church as well. So we're hoping that you don't have quite the same.
Yes, I was going to say the same thing.
End.
Yes, please do not martyr me in my time here. Fortunately, I don't think there's any worry about that.
I don't think there's a concern about that.
Yeah.
So you've said to some of us that you're excited to come and be here. We're excited to have you come and be here. But if you don't mind sharing a little bit about that sense of what makes you excited about coming to be part of Trinity and the work that we do here.
So I'll give a little background. I talked a little bit about, in this conversation, about being a deacon, but I'm also a member of Trinity English. My husband Don and I joined, 2 years ago. And one of the reasons we did that was because of the good work going on here. So it's an extremely neat opportunity to be able to possibly come on staff and really get knee-deep into the work full-time versus just volunteering around my current work schedule.
Yeah. And currently you're working to do fundraising, development.
Yes.
Development work.
Yes.
And we're hoping that you come and help do that here, development work, which...
Yeah, so the way I look at it is more than just the fundraising part. It's kind of a time, talent, treasure piece, and really relationship building, finding out where people's excitement is. Some people have more time than they do financial resources and they like to volunteer. Some people don't have the time and they'd rather, help support financially. So building relationships, figuring out where people are excited, interested, working to figure that out. So for me, I feel like it's a relationship piece, helping people, again, tie the needs of the world to the church and doing it in a way that works for everybody.
Yeah. And I think for many on the church council, when you talked with them, one of the things too that they're excited about is how do we open that possibility to people outside of the church? That a lot of the things that we do here are interesting to people who might not be members, but they might be interested in, in just being part of some of the work that we do.
Well, and I think, you mentioned it, I think, last week during your sermon a little bit about people understanding the work that we're doing. And then when I met with part of the church council on Sunday morning, we talked about that same thing, that the work that we're doing exemplifies our faith, right? People get a sense of who God is through the way we do our work in the world. And I think we have a lot of great opportunity to really systematize that, get intentional around it. There's a lot of good work going on. I don't know all the ins and outs of it. However, I think there's some great opportunity to really help on that end.
Yeah. And I'm speaking of this week in my homily, that one of the things that there's a Jesuit priest, Joe Kennan, who's a moral theologian, and he talks about that for Jesus, most of the time, sin is not bothering to care. That for Jesus, it's not people do bad things because they just don't bother to care, right? And I think part of what you're going to do is help us to care and help us to see things that help us to care.
Yes, and encourage people to act on any of the ideas that they have. I think that's one of the other great things about Trinity English is that we're a very empowering church. If somebody has a way they want to serve or do something, we let it happen.
We'll let you do that thing. Because those come out of the lives of people and what they see and what they care about.
Yes.
Their desire to care. And
yes.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
And that also shows up in the way, even like at the holidays, any of the other special places where we ask people to donate in a cause around town. There's been variety of things over the years, but we always get a really great turnout financially for those things. When we say there's a need for diapers, there's a need for food, we turn up really, really well.
I think it, in that category, if it's about bothering to care, I think people here care a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you're going to help us organize that, carry it forward.
I know. Yes. Keep doing it and expanding. Taking the work that we're doing, expanding on it.
So we're going to be here. You're going to be here this Sunday. I think I'm trying to remember.
Sundays.
Yes. So you're going to be here probably when people see this. We will be past October 8th, so it'll be leading up to the weekend. You're going to be here on the 15th. People can come, meet you, chat with you a bit, see you on Sunday, hear you preach.
Correct.
That is a little different, though, for everybody, that while you wear some of the same clothes that I do on Sunday, you don't do all the same things.
No. You're called to word and sacrament, right? I'm called to word and service. So I think that's kind of self-explanatory based on everything else we've talked about. But yes, the word part is important to my ministry as well, which is being a part of worship, preaching on a regular basis, and being around to be a part of people's faith lives.
Right. And generally, Mary won't do sacramental ministry, won't do baptisms, isn't the celebrant at communion, but does assist also with those things as well. So
yes. And then I can wear a stole that's sideways, so diagonal, not
up and down.
Yeah, the yoke-looking one.
Very good.
Yes.
Well, we're excited. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we've
so
had a
God
long
willing,
journey, lots of conversation over the last year and a half.
Yeah.
And here we are, and so it's pretty exciting.
It is very exciting. Yeah, it's hard to believe.
I know.
Yes.
So come and be with us. Come and be part of this conversation. Come and be part of the work that we do here. And come and meet Mary, and we look forward to you being here on our staff. So
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm excited about the opportunity.
great,
Yes.
great. And we'll see you soon, too.